Fabrizio Romano has provided some huge Celtic transfer news today. We will discuss this in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Brendan Rodgers has confirmed that Celtic are pushing hard to secure new signings with hopes that movement could come as soon as this week. With just days to go until the Premiership kicks off and the transfer window nearing its crucial stages, the Celtic boss addressed the club's ongoing transfer activity in an interview with Sky Sports. There haven't been many reports suggesting that things are imminent, but the manager knows the situation better than anyone. Rodgers has reiterated his desire to have key business completed as early as possible during pre-season, something that hasn't quite materialised this summer. Celtic have struggled to land several of their top targets, most notably in the wide areas, despite making multiple bids for Jakob Braham, all of which have been knocked back so far. Rodgers had this to say: "Yes, well, we hope this week there might be some news on that, but I think, of course, coaches and the transfer market don't move at the same pace. A coach always wants a player in immediately, but the transfer market doesn't always work like that. There's a lot that has to do and goes into it, but it's also the reason for pre-season. You want your team together as quick as you can so you can get some good work in, get the togetherness, get the spirit, everything formed. But, of course, we know that traditionally it can be a challenge. But for us, it's, as I said, by the end of the month. Hopefully that will be the case by the end of the window. But in the meantime, we're working very, very hard. We're excited by what's here at the moment and looking forward to the weekend," he concluded. Celtic fans have grown increasingly frustrated at the lack of transfer movement in recent weeks, especially with the Champions League playoff looming and Rodgers entering the final year of his deal. However, the manager has insisted that the club are hard at work behind the scenes. Hopefully, fans can see that hard work soon, and the new arrivals can be integrated into the squad soon, ahead of the Champions League qualifiers in under 3 weeks' time now. Now for the main story. Celtic are set to complete the loan signing of Jarmai Simpson-Pusey from Manchester City after making an official move for the highly rated centre-back. The 19-year-old defender has been identified as a key addition to Brendan Rodgers' squad, with Celtic moving quickly to secure a deal that will see him spend the full season at Parkhead. The move comes as Celtic look to bolster their defensive ranks ahead of a busy campaign across domestic and European fronts. Simpson-Pusey has been turning heads down south after an outstanding season in the Premier League 2, where he was named Player of the Year. The England youth international captained City's under-21 side to their 4th consecutive Premier League 2 title and is widely regarded as one of the brightest young defensive talents in the country. The timing of the move is important for Celtic, who have been short on centre-back cover in pre-season. Gustav Lagerbielke and Mike Narocki have left, while Stephen Welsh has attracted interest from Plymouth Argyle. With Cameron Carter-Vickers, reinforcements were vital, and Simpson-Pusey fits the bill. It will be interesting to see if he competes for consistent minutes or is used as a backup. In other news, Brendan Rodgers has spoken of his intent to keep Celtic's attacking edge sharp as the champions prepare to unfurl the league flag on Sunday in their Premiership opener. The manager reflected on last season's attacking prowess, noting the importance of maintaining continuity while also introducing fresh ideas and integrating new signings. Celtic are incredibly weak on the wings at the moment, and there needs to be a few bodies brought in before the window shuts. Marco Tilio was all set for an exit, but the Hoops have had to block that until another winger is brought in, something that doesn't seem imminent at the moment. Rodgers said this: "Yeah, I think for us it's tweaks, because obviously last year we scored the most amount of goals in over 50-odd years of any Celtic team. So that tells you there's a lot really good with the team. Clearly you want to improve each season. But yeah, I think the attacking department will always be the strength of my team. So that's something that we want to always improve on, and whether that's through tactical ideas or players, it's an area that we always want to improve," he concluded. Celtic begin the defence of their league title with questions still surrounding recruitment, particularly in the wide areas, where departures have left Rodgers short of depth. One injury and it's a disaster for Celtic, but there's no mistaking his priorities. Rodgers wants a team that builds on last season's firepower and continues to evolve in the final third, so hopefully we will see that. With the league flag set to be raised at Celtic Park this weekend, despite an underwhelming pre-season, the manager is focused on fine-tuning, not overhauling what was one of the most productive sides in Celtic's recent history. In other news, Celtic will discover their Champions League playoff opponents next week, with the draw set for Monday the 4th of August. The ties themselves will be played across 2 legs later that month, on the 19th or the 20th of August and on the 26th or the 27th of August. The Scottish champions aim to reach the league stage of Europe's premier club competition. The draw will be live streamed on UEFA's website. Despite winning the league, Brendan Rodgers' side must navigate one final qualifying hurdle due to Scotland's coefficient ranking. Fortunately, thanks to Celtic's strong UEFA ranking, they will be seeded for the draw, avoiding several dangerous names. That seeding status means they won't face the likes of FC Copenhagen, Red Star Belgrade, Bodo Glimt or Ferencvaros. However, the potential opponents remain daunting. Swiss champions Basel are already confirmed as unseeded and would represent a stiff test. Sturm Graz are another possibility, with the Austrian outfit enjoying domestic and European growth over the past few seasons. 3 further possible opponents are still to be determined as the qualifying rounds unfold, with results from this week and the next set to finalise the lineup. The stakes couldn't be higher. A place in the lucrative Champions League group stage hangs in the balance, with the final itself scheduled for the 30th of May 2026 at the Puskás Arena in Budapest. For Celtic, that journey begins with a crucial draw next week. Lastly, with Jamai Simpson-Pusey on the brink of joining Celtic on a season-long loan from Manchester City, he arrives in Glasgow with ringing endorsements from the very top. The 19-year-old defender has earned high praise from City boss Pep Guardiola, who has tipped the England youth international as a player to watch in the years ahead. Guardiola spoke glowingly of Simpson-Pusey's composure and quality following a rare start for the Premier League champions in a 2-1 defeat to Brighton last season. Pep said this: "The guy played really good with this composure and duels, and everything was good. It's not easy for him. Normally the young lads must come in with support from the team. Now he's playing in a position that is difficult for him, but he performed unbelievable. We have a central defender to help us for the future, for the next years. I'm really pleased," Pep concluded. Simpson-Pusey's arrival at Celtic adds further depth to Brendan Rodgers' defensive options, with the club clearly viewing the move as a low-risk, high-upside signing. Despite already having Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty, Liam Scales, Dane Murray and Stephen Welsh available, the manager has remained open about strengthening at the back, with potential departures being weighed up. The centre-half arrives with a strong pedigree, having captained City's under-21s to another Premier League 2 title last season, while also being named the division's Player of the Year. A full season in Scotland's top flight should offer the perfect proving ground, and if Guardiola's words are anything to go by, Celtic could be landing a real gem. Fans will reserve judgment until he's taken to the pitch, though. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.